ErgoHack presentation. I'm pretty excited about it. This is Mining Rights Protocol. And so what is MRP, or Mining Rights Protocol? It's a mineral rights inspired system for blockchain mining. It's a rights-based token distribution mechanism, has an NFT enhanced mining privileges, and allows for sustainable token emission as a protocol. And so it kind of in short is essentially what we're doing. We are minting tokens, and these set of tokens are going to be our rights tokens. And so we can have 5 of these rights tokens, we can have 10, have 20, we have 10 million. These would be sort of, I guess, akin to specific GPUs, right? And then we have the actual emission token, which would be akin to Erg. And so basically what we're doing is you buy the rights tokens, and then that gives you the right to then run a bot and to be able to emit the given token. So we can say maybe the token here is MRP. So say for example, we have 10,000 rights tokens, and you buy one, you can then buy, or rather emit one, the MRP token, as long as you're mining. And so again, you have to be mining. This is essentially a mining protocol kind of on top of the Ergo blockchain, and allows for sort of dual rewards. And so what we're doing there specifically is going to be proving that the miner did find the given block. We can take a look on the chain, like which miner found it, look at an explorer. Oh, they did find it, great. And then from there they can claim that token. And so kind of looking at the specifics more closely, we'll have 2 proxy contracts. We'll have the rights token and then the MRP token, or an NFT token, to be able to emit it from. And so we'll put in all of the TX fees that we need, or even protocol fees, right? Because this whole thing can be sort of gamified, like traditional other things, right? But it might make sense for a given protocol to pay people who run bots that maybe just aren't miners, right? So then they get a little bit of reward. That's awesome from them, but they're also keeping the protocol, the emissions essentially running, aside from like you or a couple other people. So more incentives, right? So just like with GPU purchases, you want to say, hey, can I buy this GPU? Can I buy the rights? Fantastic, you do buy the rights. And then from here, we can have an NFT bonus that's maybe a commemorative bonus, or maybe they buy so much, or within the first 100 XYZ, they get a lifetime of 1.2x rewards. Again, could be gamified, could just be a receipt, right? From there, we want to check, does the miner have the rights? Oh, look, they do have the rights. Fantastic. Did they find a block? They did find a block. Fantastic. Let's make a claim. Now that we made a claim, is it a valid claim? It is a valid claim. We can then dispense the MRP token, or we can generate an NFT based upon parameters at that given time. So like block height, the size of the block, things like that. And then this is the entire sort of action flow from this perspective. And then quickly moving along, we're looking at our technical requirements. So what is this? What is it going to take for users to set this up? So we'll have a user interface for the protocol owner to set these tokens up with the specific details and that sort of criteria. From there, we are going to also have distribution bots. Those distribution bots will use Ergo nodes to facilitate the smart contract layer that we're facilitating here. And then that's essentially it, right? So the user is going to access the dashboard. They're going to request status and say, hey, what's going on? All right, we're back. And so just to kind of wrap up this section, we'll have various GitHub repos to sort of show how to do this, maybe even some sites that are running this, and it'll be really, really easy. I have prototypes of this specific setup right here, and it works great. super easy to run, and all in Python. So here's our protocol owner UI sample we have right here. And so we can kind of see, right from top to bottom, total number of NFTs, tokens, the distribution pattern, rights token price per erg, everything. We'll probably add some more here, right? Because this is sort of a prototype. We have some details right here, how much it's going to cost to fund all of this, right? And so thank goodness it only cost 0.001 erg per TX. And so we're going to need that by, the total number of tokens divided by, the distribution amount. And so so we need to have, enough erg inside the boxes to be able to emit. And so the owner, they're going to create the token. They're going to set up the initial sale. They have the rights distribution next, and then the protocol management. And so that's just collecting the fees, the reserve management in this case, right? So they're going to reserve for some reason 2,500. But again, the gamification, you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. Adjust the parameters, not actively, right? But set the parameters and kind of go. More of a thing. Because once it's in the emission contract, you can't change it. Remember, initially on testnet, we do have some things to be built in that whoever owns the protocol can spend the boxes, right? Thus getting your money back. But obviously we'll take that out on mainnet so people don't rug. And so then we have the rights holder experience. So, right, they can purchase rights. They can have a minimum of 1 token, say max. Again, max. You don't have to. You can do NFT bonuses. The mining operation, we'll have the block discovery, the reward claims, and then the collection of the token or NFT. And then we can even do staking, things like that. Again, a bunch of different options. From here, we have the bot infrastructure. So it's going to do the real-time block scanning. And then users can set this up to be like every minute, and so there is incentive to have really good software to be, if you're going to be the one, say, collecting most of these, right? Or have multiple bots set up because there's baked in the protocol for you to get, say, the MRP token. But they're going to do the rights verification and then calculate the rewards. And so this is the distribution system effectively of the emission token. So instead of mining, we're running these bots. Instead of GPUs, we're buying and selling rights tokens. So it's sort of like a synthetic GPU mining system. So this could be an initial release. I am playing around with the idea of launching one of these. But this is a sample for 10 years, and so we can see how much of the token supply is emitted over 10 years. We can see the yearly emission rate on both plots here. Right, it's pretty easy to see, right, because we have the halving sort of happen. So we have 100, then 50 to 25, to half to 25. And then here, kind of wrapping up, again, this is more of a white paper, but we do have some prototypes. I've been moving across the country, so I didn't have a lot of time to code, as one would imagine. But kind of a roadmap here is to start and build and continue to build on this foundation that we have. And that foundation is a system that generates tokens very similarly to our emission token, say MRP. And then from there, it is dispensed to a set of users, hard-coded at this point, but distributed at those users, like say one every block, or every other block rather, and then does that until the box is empty. And then again, I'm running various bots to facilitate this. So we do have prototypes. That stuff does work. And then we can start to slowly transition over to this sort of core protocol we're calling. And then once you hit that core protocol, continue testing on testnet, validate sort of the boxes, try to attack it, see if I can spend these boxes and make sure that the Sigma prop is accurate for what we're actually trying to launch here, right? And then maybe we're going to launch the actual tool set sort of an SDK, so to speak, and then we can actually launch a specific token, right? And then from there, I want to move into this NFT system, to where this could be utilized, for example, for token minting. This is an alternative to token minting, and then puts the NFT minting, into the hands of the miners, and miners can do whatever they want, or even the pool operators, right? Maybe we would do something for this for the Sigmanauts mining pool. But the idea would be to buy a rights token, or essentially the rights to buy an NFT, or however many NFTs, and maybe there's like, say, a limit, like 10K, there's 5K, there's 1,000. And then per one, you'll get a specific NFT, but only when a given miner finds the block. So then we're using this sort of mining randomness whenever they're going to find a block to then mint a NFT. And then that could go to some sort of marketplace like MuFi. And then the last sort of step I would like to do, and maybe we'll wait to launch a token once we have all of this, right? But some sort of staking opportunity, because it would be really interesting to be able to have rights to these tokens, and then be able to stake these tokens for other rewards, in sort of a synthetic sort of GPU mining environment. But maybe it doesn't make sense, and I'd be curious what the feedback we get for this, because maybe there's something that I'm not really thinking about, and might not be a good idea. And then, of course, partnership with other communities, and then governance, right? If this continues to take off, and especially if we launch a given token, we'll probably have a Paideia kind of DAO and use that. So let me know what everybody thinks. We're excited to submit this, and we'll see what happens.